So, hey everybody, welcome back to the episode, the podcast. Oh shit, let me start over.
No, we're rolling with it.
That part's staying in, okay.
No, we can start over.
Welcome back to the podcast your mom doesn't want you to listen to. It's the Yappy Dudes. Arnold! Move it, football head! This one's getting demonetized for sure. I can't hear it, but I know it worked because you reacted how I expected you to react.
Oh man, you didn't hear that one? That's such a. Did you load that onto the soundboard?
I sure did. I replaced the other song, but I made sure to download the other song first because I did not want to lose that.
Wow. So this is going to be an episode. You realize that there's besides you and I, there's two more characters to this podcast. And that is Yappy Dudes and that
the unseen
song.
Yappy. But now every time there's an awkward pause, I'll just, here we go. Here we go. And that's all I'll do.
I absolutely love Hey Arnold. So I'm okay with that, but it's also kind of strange. It's messing with my head. I feel like I'm in a different podcast.
I should replace one of the other buttons that we don't use. Maybe the crickets. With Hey Arnold, and I'll bring back the OG song.
Or the weird, scary song one.
This one?
Yeah.
But I use that for effect. Dramatic effect. Hi, this is the God, I did it again. This is a podcast. This is the episode, the one and only episode.
This is the episode of Yappy Dudes. We're doing a one-off Yappy Dudes podcast.
Yeah. We tried to do this. I tried to do this last time, but we should actually do it this time, which is a delayed Zoom version where we say the name of the podcast in sequence, like we were doing before. Like you say jump, I say on, etc. We try to do it as fast as possible.
Oh wow, we just completely dropped that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We forgot. So you start and wait for me. I don't know. Maybe don't wait for me. Maybe just say jump the wagon or something. I'll fill in the blanks,
I thought we'd just do Yappy Dudes and that's it.
What? That's 2 words. This doesn't take any talent. Yeah.
Doesn't it? You're the one who's now thrice messed up. Thrice messed up podcast versus episode. So
yeah, you're right. Well, once we get past this, I can explain what the hell this is.
Oh, so you should explain it.
No, we should say what it's called. What's it called first?
Jump.
On.
The.
What? Fuck. No, don't wait for me. Just say jump space the space wagon.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Jump space the space wagon.
Oh, you did. Yeah. Here we go. Hi, this is Jump on the Bat-Wagon. We're doing it later. This is a show where we watch through the entire DC animated universe from start to finish. The controversial Airdate order. 2 experience. Oh, you're supposed to say the in between syllables. 2 x
space.
And these shows the way human beings experience them in the far gone days of the 1990s. Brian has never seen any of this except for the 11 episodes we've watched so far. We're losing our sanity slowly but surely over the course of this. After this episode will be about 1/7 through Batman the Animated Series already, which feels like a lot, but it's not really.
Yeah, okay, well, that's just through Batman.
Yes.
What percentage are we through the DCAU?
Oh, God. Okay, there's 85 episodes of Batman. There's, I think, I should know this. I want to say 52 of Superman. There's definitely 52 of Batman Beyond. There are... I'm not gonna try. I don't know. Are you adding this? Okay. Let me look. Let me. I can figure this out. Hang on a second. I know the real.
Could you put on
the
I'm going to go to theme song again?
Yeah. Okay. Hang on. I'll get it. I'll get it kind of low here so it's not overbearing. I'm going to go to DCAnimated.com.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the DC Cartoons page. I'm going to go to BTAS. We're going to do a live count here. Okay. This is how we start the podcast now. Okay. BTAS. We have 85 episodes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's not including the 2 movies. So I guess add 2 because that'll be,
okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Just do it. Okay, Superman. No. New Batman Adventures. We have 24 episodes, and I'm going to say one. I'm going to count one movie as that. Okay. Superman. Is this still going? Hey, Arnold?
It's just about to end.
Oh.
There you go.
Bam! Let me do it again. Okay. No. Superman. There are 6. No. Oh God. Yeah, 54 episodes of Superman, and one movie. In quotations, we are going to watch it, even though it's not officially canon, but Batman Beyond, there are, I should have known this beforehand, I'm wasting your time. This are 52 episodes and one movie. And next up we have the Zeta Project that has 26 episodes and 0 movies. Then we have Static Shock. We got 4 seasons. There are 52 episodes and 0 movies. And then we have Justice League, which is... I assume you're adding this because I can't see you at all while I'm doing... Okay. You're just listening. Yeah, whatever, James. Keep going, I guess. 52 episodes of Justice League.
I think we're going to have to maybe cut like all of this math because it's going to be several minutes of you just saying numbers.
No, well, this is the whole episode. 39 episodes of Justice League Unlimited and one movie. And then we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 other movies that I want to watch on top of that. How many total things is that?
393.
Perfect. So we're about 1/7 through it, I'd say.
I'm terrible with math, but I think it's 1/36.
Oh. No, I'm really good at math, and today we're watching Batman the Animated Series Appointment in Crime Alley.
Oh.
This is the 26th episode produced and the 12th to air. For anyone that has not listened to this before, we're watching this in Airdate order because I want Brian to be a 90s kid. I want you to die.
Do you?
That's on record. I don't actually want that to happen.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to pause recording. I do. Okay, I'm still recording again. I don't. I'm sorry. Here we go. Let's do, this is Airdate Thursday, September 17th, 1992, 4:30 p.m. Fox Kids. Your prediction last time for this episode was that I told you I had a doctor in it. I think that's as far as we went.
I mean, it was all about the appointment. It was like a crime doctor, the doctor of crime.
Yeah, that's what it was because you perfectly guessed the crime doctor.
Yes, I did a thing!
While we were just, for those listening, we were just recording a huge story video, and while Brian was in town, Maddie had mentioned that I was wrong, that this wasn't about the crime doctor. But then I looked, and the crime doctor is in this episode. So I'm not technically wrong. But
is his name the crime doctor?
Oh, his, huh? You're just assuming is the gender of the crime doctor?
I mean, it's the 90s. Isn't everything male-based?
Well, we'll find out when we watch the episode. This was written by Gary Conway and directed by Boyd Kirkland. Music by Stuart Balcom. Don't know who that is, sorry. And animation by Dong Yang, who the same people that did Nothing to Fear, the Scarecrow episode, which I had mentioned before is one of my favorite animation companies, even though that episode wasn't anything super special. It just kind of existed. It had the Batman line, but that's not the animation thing. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. What else do you have to say so it's not just me talking?
Batman is cool. I like the Batman. And
all right, let's go watch the episode. You still have the Blu-rays, right?
Right here.
Wow. I left them in his tender care. We'll see you guys in a couple segundos.
Okay,
bye.
You do good work, Mr. What did you say your name was?
Nitro, Mr. Daggett, on account of explosives on my business.
I assume Crocker explained the terms of your employment, Mr. Nitro?
Sure, there's an old gas line running under the whole block. I make it look like the pipeline ruptured, so the job can't be traced to you.
It's to be done while I give my speech to the Gotham Better Business Council. 9 o'clock, exactly.
Trust me, when the hands on that watch hit 9, boom.
So I was thinking, I realized that I was confusing two different episodes. Maddie, I know you're listening. You listen to every episode of this podcast.
Thank you,
and
Maddie.
You were yelling at me at the start when I said, oh, this has the crime doctor in it, but blah, 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 blah. There is an episode coming up called Paging the Crime Doctor, and it has Leslie Tompkins in it, who we saw in this episode, but I think it's up for debate whether she or a different character in the episode is technically the crime doctor. I would lean toward her not being. So Maddie's right, is what I'm saying. Okay, Maddie, all right.
And what I'm saying is, whoa, man, spoilers.
Well, here we go. Okay, so
also, can we just take a moment just to really appreciate the absolute horror that is, I have been guessing Batman's origin story this whole time, and this is the first time that actually has newspaper clippings of him as a kid, and you get an idea of his past. And I'm so
it's the closest
pissed.
we've gotten. Yeah,
So pissed.
This wasn't even in my head when I was saying that there were probably two. I can't remember if that was on the podcast or while we were filming that I said that I think there are probably two things we will watch that I would consider the closest to his origin story. This episode wasn't even in my head because there's a lot of episodes that have these little remember the Waynes? Oh, this is when they died, kind of a deal like this did. But I'm not going to say. I'm not going to tell you anything more.
Okay.
What happened in this episode, though, Brian?
Clocks.
Yeah, there were a lot of clocks.
So many clocks.
There were some cool light wraps, though, for the first time in a while.
There was really good art in this episode. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But
what happens? Daggett. Wait.
Hey, don't call me that. It's 2021. Am I allowed to even make that joke? I don't think so. Please go.
So.
Please keep going.
Okay. Roland Daggett is a jerk face, and he has decided that mini malls are more important than buildings and or human life. Mm-hmm. And he planted.
True.
He decided to plant a bunch of bombs. They're gonna strike
a bunch of blasting caps.
A bunch of blasting caps and TNT, and they're all gonna go off when both hands are at 9, which is not what they meant to say.
No, it's not. When both hands reach 9. I'm gonna include that as the transition clip, and we'll have totally misremembered that that's what he said. I swear that's what he said.
No, I think that's what he said.
Or so we're 9:40. What are we talking? Yeah, 8:45. What are we talking here? Batman's just. What time? Can you be more specific?
Do you mean 9 o'clock or 8:45? Anyway, so yeah.
Yes.
He's gonna blow up all these buildings in Crime Alley. Mm-hmm. And then
what significant event do we learn happened in Crime Alley, Brian?
Batman's parents were murdered.
For that, I really hope that the level blasted through the roof.
Yeah, I looked, and it's close to clipping, but it doesn't actually look like it's close.
You're keeping one eye on this.
Yeah.
How
so
Gandalf sleeps.
So
Continue.
Crime Alley is a pretty big. Gandalf. What?
Just keep going.
Okay. So Crime Alley, very significant to the Batman. It's where his parents were killed. Mm-hmm. But not where he lived. But there was a lady there.
What? Oh, okay. I thought it was Batman's parents were killed there, but it's not where he lives, as if that was an important disclaimer to make.
What I was gonna say for the next sentence I was gonna say is he mentioned that whole good people live here.
Oh, yes. Leslie Tompkins has lived there for 30 years.
The crime doctor, Leslie Tompkins.
The crime doctor, question mark?
No, that's the riddle.
We'll find out sort of soon. Yeah, right.
Okay, so where was I on my explaining of what was going on?
Explosions, blasting caps. He has an appointment to make.
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
Which he never misses. It's never too late.
Except he does.
Okay.
Today.
And so the guy, Roland Daggett, is going to like make strip malls and stuff happen in the area. And the people in Crime Alley don't want that to happen. And there's a whole Leslie Tompkins.
The whole burp.
Yeah. You just have to,
One entire burp.
Leslie Tompkins, like, whilst going home or wherever she was headed to, stumbles across the bad guys, blowing up the stuff, puts everything together, and they end up, like, tying her to a chair, and they're going to blow her up along with the building.
They prepare her for COVID days by wrapping a mask around her nose and mouth. She wears it properly, at least.
Yeah, she's not nose cocking.
Yeah. Not like the man bat.
No. Jesus, I feel like there's a lot that happened in this episode, but there's
a
not
train
a lot.
or whatever.
There's like a train. There's like suddenly an out of control trolley thing that Batman like pops his tires for, and
that seemed kind of the most out of place part of the whole episode. Was like, man, there's got to be an action beat in here somewhere. There's not enough action in this episode. The trolley, he's got to stop it. I don't even remember what caused it. What caused the trolley to go out?
You just see the conductor like laying on the controls. I guess he probably had like a heart attack or something, or he's like really tired.
The rider made me do this. Yeah. The rider made me fall unconscious.
But there's also like the guy who like had enough and was on a billboard and like took another guy hostage, and that also isn't necessarily really related to.
Maybe it's just kind of showing like a bunch of bad shit happens in Crime Alley.
Yeah.
Just remember, but there's good people, not like that guy up on the roof, but other people.
The rest of them, not like the guys planning the explosives and the blasting caps, but the
everyone
other
else, and
else.
Not the not the guy selling magazines. He's a pedophile, but everyone else.
Okay, and so let's see the episode. I'm bringing it home.
Yep.
The episode ends with Batman defusing like a couple of the bombs.
He lets most of them go off for some reason.
Yeah.
Just to prove a point that doesn't work out.
And like Batman like walks forward and like Roland Daggett's on the scene, and Summer Gleason, the Who's That lady, is like, oh hey, you're here, buddy. You want to talk about this? And Roland Daggett's all like, oh, it's a shame that we lost like human lives or whatever. And Batman shows up and is like, no one
asked you, piece of shit.
Yeah, no one cares.
I'm going to make a reference you won't understand probably, but in Pokemon the first movie, there is a scene where Ash and a bunch of Pokemon walk through the smoke toward Mewtwo, and there's like snare drum militaristic music, and it's like this badass like we're here to fight you kind of a deal. And I got that same vibe from Batman and all the people walking out of the fire, like we're gonna fuck up Roland Daggett, and then just immediately falls flat. Batman's like, I got you pinned in a corner, Roland Daggett, and he's like, officers, I didn't do it. And they're like, okay, and he drives away.
Yeah, that was the thing that really like kind of upset me about the end of the episode, was that it was just such a like, we have all this evidence against you, Daggett.
Yeah.
And then Roland Daggett's like, nah. And everyone else is like, okay.
Well,
like,
what even was his evidence that the guys were going to incriminate him? But he
Batman,
just said, no, I didn't.
Yeah, Batman like walks up with the people that he saved, the lady who saw those like henchmen setting the bombs, and like has evidence against all that.
Oh, I guess Leslie saw it too. And
then, like the guys were in handcuffs. And like they don't even bother, like the cops don't actually bother to even hear out Batman or Leslie or the guys like the henchmen who were setting the bombs.
Who blatantly like said out loud, but you told us to set the blasting caps and blow up the entire city, Mr. Roland Daggett himself.
Yeah.
It's like, Mr. Cops, I think your role is clear. And they take those guys away.
Oh, maybe it's just a really like accurate depiction of modern law enforcement.
It could be. No politics. Keep your politics out of my DCAU podcast. Hey, what's the last shot of this thing? What happens there?
We follow the Batman. Mm-hmm. No, is he Bruce Wayne?
No, he's Batman at the end.
He's Batman. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's
Batman,
kind of implied that she knows that he's Bruce Wayne, I guess.
Yeah. Batman and Leslie Thompson. Did I get that right? Tompkins. That's what it is. Yeah. Wander to a wayward spot next to a broken down building and
wander to a wayward spot next to a building. Leslie Thompson. Thank you. You're welcome.
And there it is. And Batman drops a couple of roses, presumably for his parents, on the spot that they died.
Mm-hmm.
The end.
And pretty good episode. It's kind of interesting that this seems like in the same vein as It's Never Too Late, as one of the more like grounded, serious episodes, but I think it pulled off my interest a lot more than that one. Like, it's just, I don't know, stuff that I care about happens instead of train PTSD old men that I don't know. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And then I think the animation in this was pretty dang good. We had a lot of
animation. Yeah.
There were a couple of those moments where like Batmobile's driving down the street. It keeps like shifting angles, and there's light passing over the cockpit window thing, and blah blah blah. There was a good shot of Batman inside where there was just all these street lights like streaking by and stuff. And he's what was the shot at the start? Something about his pecs. I don't remember.
Oh, we were talking about the light passing over his pecs. Like there's a light.
Yeah. Yeah. It showed like even Roland Daggett at the podium at the end had light like shining up from below like a spooky campfire or something. Is there a dog doing a thing in this room?
Yeah, I was hearing the sound and I was, Rose, you okay? Wait, what is that? Give me 2 seconds.
There's someone breaking into the fidget spinners.
Jamie, hold on just 2 minutes.
Okay.
I was hearing the sound that I thought was like music playing or something. And then I looked down, I thought it was Rosie dreaming, but then
you could hear her dreams project audio.
Well, I was just like, kind of like
yes,
whimpering.
yeah.
And so I took the headphones off, and then she looked at me, and I was like, oh, it's not Rosie. And then I heard Max like whining in the other room. I thought like something was wrong with him.
No.
He was just sitting on the couch, upset that he hasn't had dinner yet.
Max, it'll coming soon, baby.
Well, that's the
maybe
like, he wasn't gonna stop because like now that like it's getting darker earlier, they were getting fed closer to like 7:30, 8 o'clock. But he's like on with the light, and now the big problem is that Max is gonna finish first. He's gonna come in here and like lick me, and then Rosie's gonna come in here and like try to jump on me. So we're gonna have to. I mean, we could try to like continue on.
You just fed Max?
Yeah, I just gave him food.
There's just gonna be dog background eating noises now.
What's I'm saying? Like we should wait a minute for that, and then wait for once Rosie's done attacking me, then we should have silence.
Okay. Do you want to stop recording, or do you want to keep going?
I think it'll be easy just to. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, there's already stuff that needs to be cut.
Okay, so we just took like a half-hour break because Brian had to feed his dogs, and they were going to be loud.
I have so many dogs. It takes a long time to feed
just
them.
As many dogs as fidget spinners, I think.
Oh, bringing it back.
Okay, we talked about the whole plot. I'm going to read you the TV guide.
Read me the TV guide
This is what the official synopsis. Every year at the same time, Batman makes a pilgrimage to meet Dr. Leslie Tompkins, the woman who took care of the young Bruce Wayne after his parents were brutally murdered in Park Row. But this time, a series of dangerous distractions keeps the Batman occupied, causing him to miss his appointment. This is, too bad, because Roland Daggett, a ruthless land developer and entrepreneur, has hired arsonists to make sure that the part of Park Row called Crime Alley goes up in flames to make way for his new condo development, and Dr. Tompkins is taken prisoner by the arsonists when she stumbles across their plans. Unless Batman can reach Crime Alley in time, the buildings and Dr. Tompkins will go up in smoke. Yeah, as long as that was, I would say that's one of the better ones. That does not sets it up for you, and then you watch the episode instead of here's everything. Yeah,
it was a little bit weird starting off with the pilgrimage things. I feel like that was like the last seconds of the show.
I think they talked about it at the start of like Alfred being like, "You'll never miss your fucking appointment, you idiot," and then he's like, "You're right, my pecs look beautiful," and then he leaves.
I was distracted by Batman's tits.
Yeah, we were distracted by the man-tits, so we did not know exactly what was going on. All right, let's talk about the cast in this episode. We got Kevin Conroy as Batman.
Get to the No.
Get up on the Hydra's back, Alfred. Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. as Alfred. Ed Asner as Roland Daggett. We talked about him in the Clayface episode. That's the Up Old Man is probably what you know him as. Mary Devon as...
Summer Gleason!
Thank you. And what was the host of... I can't even remember what the show is called. What was the Nickelodeon
Mark Summers
game show? No.
Yes.
You're thinking of Double Dare, but I'm thinking of... What is it called? Oh, my God. Summer Sanders was the host, and they would dump slime on you if you couldn't guess the kid's hobby or something. Figure It Out. Do you not remember that? Do you remember Figure It Out?
I'm trying to figure it out, James. What's it called?
Oh, well, I don't know. I guess we'll never know. Angel Harper as Woman. I guess is that the like lady in whose apartment was being trashed, and then Batman trashed it more.
Oh, we didn't talk about that.
No, I didn't. Yeah, you want to just set up the scene? Describe the scene to me.
There's a couple of thugs trashing this lady's apartment. Yeah. And they're destroying every single thing in there, and she's freaking out because she wants to get her security deposit, which would be fine as long as they don't break one more thing.
And then Batman throws a battering through the window and breaks her ceiling light and throws over a table. And there's good people in Crime Alley. They just don't have any place to live because I destroy everything.
I thought you were going to say, there's good people in Crime Alley. I'm just not one of them.
Yeah, that too, I guess. He doesn't live there, though, as we've established. We got David L. Lander as Nitro. That was that, like, terrible comb-over glasses dude setting up all the blasting caps.
Did he play anybody in the past?
I don't think so.
Because his voice sounded very familiar.
I don't think so. Let me see if he is anyone else at all in the DCAU. Is that David L. Lander? I'm not going to tell you if he's something later.
You're going to put that in trivia.
He does voice one more character, but not for quite a while.
Any other IMDb credits or anything?
I didn't write anything down, so there must not have been anything interesting.
Okay.
Although our next one, Diana Muldaur as Dr. Leslie Tompkins. Apparently this episode was the last thing she ever did as an actress. She's still alive, but she just hasn't done anything since then for some reason. People who I have been describing Star Trek actors to who listen to this, who know what I'm talking about, might know her as Dr. Pulaski on Star Trek The Next Generation. She was also in the original series, a couple of bit roles, but I don't remember what the characters' names were. And let's move on, because you don't care about Star Trek at all.
I mean,
we should watch all of the Star Treks. Jump on the USS Enterprise wagon. Jump on the... All right, anyway. I don't know. It's getting late. Bob Ridgely as Madman. I don't know. Oh, that's the guy on the roof, probably. Yeah. Okay. When I'm writing all these down, sometimes I don't remember who the character in the episode actually is. So I wrote down like 4 notable things that this guy has played, even though he had like 2 sentences in this episode. He's apparently the Skrull Emperor in the Fantastic Four 90s animated series, which I don't know, and neither do you. He's General Ross in the Incredible Hulk animated series from the 80s, which I don't know, and neither do you. He's Flash Gordon in the Flash Gordon animated series from the 80s, which I don't know, and neither do you. And he plays bit parts on the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo and Alvin and the Chipmunks. So he's a really famous guy. Alexander Simmons as Girl. There's a girl in the alleyway crying Clayface mud out of her eyes.
That was weird. That was maybe the worst bit of animation
in the whole episode. Yeah. That's her only acting credit ever, apparently.
She did great.
She just one and done. She did her best. That was as good as it's gonna get.
Go out on top.
And then lastly, we have Jeffrey Tambor as Crocker, who I think was that other thug that's like, "Don't worry, Miss Leslie Tompkins, everything's gonna be fine. Is your ropes too tight or something?"
Yeah,
I'm realizing now who that is. You've seen him a million times. Have you watched Arrested Development?
A little bit.
He's the bald dad actor in that, George Bluth Sr. He's also the bad guy in Muppets from Space, if that's any better.
Probably the only Muppets movie I haven't seen.
Oh, God. That's a good one. We should watch it together sometime. Yeah.
All right.
You want some trivia?
I feel like you've already started.
Oh, yeah. You want some more?
Yeah.
You want some dog food? Let's go get it. This story is directly based on a Detective Comics issue from March 1976, written by Denny O'Neil. There is no hope in Crime Alley is the name of the story, apparently. Never read it. When Batman says, "I defused the bomb at the hotel," his mouth does not move. I think I mentioned that as it was happening.
You sure did.
He's just standing there, yeah. We get a truck labeled J. Olson and Sons Photography.
I noticed that because of the photography.
Yeah, and does that name ring a bell to you, Jay Olsen?
No, should it?
It's a DC character. From Superman lore. Jimmy Olsen, photographer for the Daily Planet. No, okay.
Oh.
Well,
okay.
I guess it's just a reference to that. But we did just have a comic release like last week, set in BTAS world. Or something close to it anyway, where there's a photographer taking pictures, and it's supposed to be like a flashback to Batman's like first year as Batman, and he has red hair and a green jacket like Jimmy Olsen would have, and so we're like, oh, is this Jay Olsen himself from the truck in this one episode?
So why did they include that as the
I don't know.
Huh. That's interesting. Okay.
It all comes back around at some point,
Sure does.
We got a bunch of names on the mailboxes. You pointed out Bruce Timm. Eric Radomski's name is also on there.
I figured that everybody had to be somebody who worked on the show.
Yeah. Haven Alexander was on there, associate producer on most of these shows. And then Nicole how do you say that fictional detective's name, the French one? Is it Poirot or something? Poirot? You know what I'm talking about.
There's a like the French Canadian version of like Sesame Street is called Télé Français, and in there's a little animated short called Monsieur Pourquoi, Super Detective.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about.
Which is like Mr. Y, if I remember my French correctly. Anyway.
Mr. Y?
Yeah. Pourquoi?
Oh, because he finds out. Oh, yeah, he finds out the why.
He's pretty useless, actually.
Anyway, Nicole, whatever, is a production assistant.
Can you, like, text it to me? Like, what is the...
Pouliot.
Probably poulet.
Let's not let's make assumptions here. The grappling hook assisted turn and armor on the Batmobile are references to Batman and Batman Returns, which you noted the armor part at least. And then we got the corner of finger and broom, which you laughed your ass off at, are likely references to Batman co-creator Bill Finger and Green Lantern creator John Broome. So there you go.
Okay.
John Broome also created The Flash, Elongated Man, Phantom Stranger, a bunch of famous DC characters. So.
Elongated Man?
Yeah, we'll get him later. Yep.
Really? Yep. They did that? Really?
Yeah. And Plastic Man's a separate character from that even.
Plastic Man's Elongated Man. Sweet.
Yep.
Is there no, I'm done.
Yeah, probably there is. We need at least 3 stretchy guys.
I'll text it you because I'm not saying it.
Okay. Well, yeah, that was Appointment in Crime Alley. I guess we got to put this on our top 10 somewhere. Although I did write down here, because we forget every time, I added into the list of things to discuss is light wraps as one, which we already talked about. There's some street lights and stuff.
Animation. Good
and
depth.
Batman's usefulness. We didn't, which was a running thing that we keep forgetting to do.
We're doing it. We're bringing it back.
So Batman did defuse at least one, if not two, bombs, but he let like 9 other ones go off. So
he did
would it
stop
have made
the
much of a
out-of-control
difference?
Trolley,
okay,
though.
yeah.
So like he dropped some balls. He kept some in the air.
And did he save that guy on the roof? I don't even remember.
Yeah, remember there was a great reveal of him like showing the two of them suckling at his teeth.
They were inside me. Yeah, I forgot. There's also I forgot to mention the cop that I'm pretty sure was Bruce Timm voice being like, they're up there on the roof. I'm clearly not actually a voice actor. They just needed someone to do this. That's what Bruce Timm sounds like.
Is that something I'm going to hear a lot in this show?
I can think of at least 3 other characters throughout that Bruce Timm voices. Yeah, so we'll get to, if not, there's plenty more than that, I'm sure. But yeah, okay. So I guess Batman was pretty useful. He stopped the tram. He at least diffused the bomb where we saw there were people living in that hotel.
I would give him on a scale of usefulness, 6 batarangs through the window and breaking your ceiling light out of 10.
Out of 10. Okay, sounds good. That should be our rating system. Whatever notable Batman thing that episode. Let's put this on the top 10. Let me bring up I got to bring up the document for the top 10. Shared with me. Go to the thing. DCAU top 10. You should give me permissions for this so I can put it in the same folder. But
wait, have I not given you permissions?
Like make me the owner is what I'm saying. But anyway, people like to hear about that. My top 10 in reverse order so far. We've got It's Never Too Late, Cat in the Claw Part 2, Cat in the Claw Part 1, Nothing to Fear, Feet of Clay Part 1, Pretty Poison, Joker's Favor, Heart of Ice, Feet of Clay Part 2, On Leather Wings. And you're about to change On Leather number 1 to On Leather Wings to something else. What's your top 10 in reverse order, Brian?
Reverse order: Be a Clown, Cat in the Claw Part 2, On Leather Wings, Feet of Clay Part 1, Nothing to Fear, Cat in the Claw Part 1, Pretty Poison, Joker's Favor, Feet of Clay Part 2, and Heart of Ice.
And then the word Brian, and then my list.
And then James's list, which is It's Never Too Late.
Never Too Late. You bumped It's Never Too Late completely off your list last time. I did not find Be a Clown better than it. But where are you going to put this one? Appointment in Crime Alley. Does it make the list? Is it better than the bottom few?
Yeah,
which I would assume is where you'd put it.
Yeah.
Better than Be a Clown.
I think so. I think I'm going to give it the number 9
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna bump
Better
Be a Clown off the list.
Yeah, Cat in the Claw Part 2 had all the shitty explosions at the end. So I think that might be a good one to get rid of, I guess.
Yeah, we're bumping it down. And this is called Appointment on Crime Alley?
In Crime Alley, yes.
Oh.
In on Crime Alley is what it's called. In, out, up, down. Appointment in / on Crime Alley. Okay.
There you go.
And then I'm going to put it, oh boy. I think I agree with you that it's better in Cat in the Claw Part 2. Yeah, I'll put it after Part 1. So I've got In on Crime Alley, and then It's Never Too Late. It's finally fucking off. All right, there we go. I'm going to write the actual name because I'm going to be like, what the hell does that mean? Appointment in Crime Alley. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was a good episode.
It was a good episode.
Yeah.
It was better than I remembered it being because I never think of this one as like I'll rewatch Batman. I'll pick this one, but it was pretty good. It looked really good too. And the music, despite it being a person I've never heard of before, was just fine.
Yeah, it didn't stand out to me, but it didn't stand out to me. So
yeah, I mean they had like the Batman theme at the end when you see the photograph for them making out. You know,
that sounded like the Hey Arnold's theme song to me.
And okay, so next week's episode, you got to get your prediction, and then we'll do some. We got one piece of mail, and then we'll get out of here.
Killer.
Next episode is called POV. It's not porn. Wait, did you text me the? Oh, you did.
I did.
Okay, thank you. You guys don't get to know what the joke was. Anyway, yeah, POV.
That's too
what do you
inside of a joke. POV.
Yeah.
Is there a Batman villain called like the Viewer, the Voyeur? No. Is there a Voyeur?
I won't tell you.
Because there is, isn't there?
I won't tell you.
Okay, so not only is this going to be the rest of Batman's origin story,
yeah, I guess I figured,
but the whole episode, it's going to be an inconsequential episode. Like, there's not going to be anything really important going on. It's just be like Batman in his everyday life as Bruce Wayne, but it's going to be first person perspective. So we're just going to see him like pushing a shopping cart. And
so we have to hope this is animated by ACOM so they can get all the 3D perspective of Bruce Wayne's field of view just horribly the whole time.
Yeah. I want to be like dizzy and have an impossible perspective the whole time.
You get to see a bunch of like swinging through buildings. You could see.
No, he's not doing Batman stuff this day.
Oh, this is just.
He's like
average...
1 bag of carrots out of 10 on the usefulness scale.
Bag of carrots, you say?
I said the shopping. He's going shopping.
I see.
Actually, he wouldn't go shopping. He'd like send.
What if there were carrots in this episode? What would you do?
I would probably do the same thing I do every time, which is I'd put my hands over my head and scream in an almost lemon grab like voice and say I got something right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Yeah, I'm not gonna hit the button.
No, you don't.
What?
What?
Let's read the one piece of mail.
Let's read the mail. Who's it from?
Actually, we have two. I forgot there's another one.
Oh, that's twice the mail.
This is a comment on one of the videos from No Net Plays. That music from the soundboard is always in my head all weekend after this podcast. It's funny every time, no matter how much you use it. Thank you, No Net Plays. I agree.
Wait, we gotta do
I know you were talking about this music for sure.
We gotta do an acapella version for them. And I can't hear it in my head now specifically because
which is great because you're like half a measure behind from my perspective.
That's perfect for me.
It was. It's good. Yeah, I know. All right. And then we have one more. Let's see. I put it in a different place because I'm an idiot. Yappy mail. Here we go. This is from Dylan Pollock again. He wrote in at another time. Hey, Yappies. Left you a 5-star. Loving the podcast so far. When can we add some DCAU sounds to the soundboard? Like this one, you mean? Never. We're never putting.
No, we're
only going to have generic sound effects and the Hey Arnold theme song.
What if we get creative and we put in a DCAU sound effect that you would like Batman's feet landing on the top of a building?
just the what was it that happened this episode that was a weird? There was something that happened sound wise that we both went like, whoa. I can't remember.
Was there?
I feel like there was. Maybe it was. I don't know. I can't remember. Oh well. Sorry. That's what you meant. Yeah. Thanks, Dylan. Thanks for leaving us a 5-star review. If you're listening to this on a streaming service that's not YouTube, you should go. Also leave us a 5-star review. Leave us some text on there. I want to see if there's any new. There probably won't be. But see if there's any new reviews on the podcast that are actually written out.
I think it'd be really cool if people, even on YouTube, left 5-star reviews or just like left 5 stars, like 5 asterisks.
Yeah, just as a comment.
Just as a comment.
Version.
Why not?
Yeah. We do actually have one more a review on the iTunes.
Oh, hey.
Or the Apple Podcast.
Apple.
The subject line reads, "Are you a yappy boy or girl?" And this is from the Football Fanatic. If yes, this is the podcast for you. James and Brian have a chemistry like no other duo. I look forward to the continuing will they, won't they of their relationship. And also, in all seriousness, James and Brian have a fun time making these, and it always feels like you specifically, the listener, are invited in to hang with them. Highly recommend. Thank you, football fanatic. Someday Brian and I will kiss, but it's not today. Because we're on Zoom. We're not in the same location. What? When we kissed?
You forgot. I can't believe it.
Yeah, you have the Superman 2 memory erasing kiss power, so I don't remember that you kissed me.
Which is really good because I'm a terrible kisser.
I hope so. Mm-hmm. We'll see you guys next time, I guess. I guess this is the end of the podcast. Where
That's
can you find?
Spot to end.
You want to plug some of your own stuff, like your photography, Instagram, and stuff.
Yeah,
go follow Brian.
Yeah, if you wanna follow me, you should check out this podcast called Yappy Dudes.
Oh shit, what's that? I don't think that exists.
Yeah.
Should I change the logo from saying "Jump on the Bat-Wagon with James and Brian" to "Jump on the Bat-Wagon with the Yappy Dudes"? Would people like that? Write in if you'd like that.
That would be awesome.
Because would that be intriguing? Like, what's a Yappy Dude? I gotta listen. I'll start at episode 20. That doesn't exist yet.
I mean, we just did episode 26.
That's true. Yeah, we should. I should just once we're like completely done with this, release a production order of Jump on the Bat-Wagon, so you get to listen to the episodes in this completely out of order way that's technically the right way. Yeah.
What's your prediction for next episode?
It's always going to be 4 episodes ago. Story. Yeah, that's true. It always is. Yeah, Brian, what's your Instagram? You even say it. Do you want to actually do that?
Oh my God, I've got 2.
Yeah, you do.
And I don't think I know them. Let's see. My circus one is just my name, I think, right? Brian Manili.
Isn't there like a dot or an underscore or something?
No, not on that one. On the photography one, it's Brian_Manili_photography because I'm apparently a boomer.
Right. I knew that.
I don't know. I'm really bad at posting on Instagram, but that's a good place to find me if you want to say hey, and I will respond as often as I respond to James's text messages.
If you want to look at all 10 of Brian's posts over the last 2 years, you can follow him at Brian Manili. Yeah.
I have plans. I have plans for that, though. They're secret plans, though, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, you want to see some sick photography, some Jay Olsen and Son photography, go to Brian Manili photography. I'm going to start doing those breath marks now. You can find us, the Watchtower database, at DCAU Watchtower, as you know, probably. Email us at podcast@watchtowerdatabase.com if you want to have us read your yappy mail on the podcast. Leave us a 5-star review like I already talked about. And the end, I guess. New episodes are on Fridays on the Podtower YouTube channel, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, not Stitcher. It'll never be Stitcher because I don't like Brian. Here we go. See you guys next week, I guess.
Thank you, listener.
Thank you, listener.
Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you for continuing to be a yappy. Why am I still talking?
They're a yappy dude as well.
Even if you're not, you are.
In our hearts. It's so hard with the delay.
It is, yeah. You don't know when I came in, yeah. All right, I'm stopping.
All right, me too.
This used to be a beautiful street. Good people lived here once.
Good people still live in Crime Alley.